All right, it's your boy Kamal Hart on the chart. We're going bar by bar. Um, I've had to restart this video a couple times, to be honest. So hopefully this time I can make it through without a interruption or something. So I look for the congestion area here. There's not really a clear top on the highs, so you're just going to have to improvise maybe until you get more data, or it does swing here or here or here. Okay, 530. Let's bounce up. About 621 is there, so you gotta pull out a breakout. It's testing this EMA. Two legs down. We're looking for higher lows and reasons to get long down here in this congestion. That's a really strong bar. It's a higher low, but it breaks this signal bar. So I've taken trades like this last week, and they failed. I think the context of where this one is happening is different. Last week they were in trends. We are specifically at the lows of a range. So with that strong of a bar, maybe I can get a limit order a tick above this bar and see if that gets filled. And it does. And that gives you a little push. This break below, now we're getting the failed second entry short. It's here, it went lower once, and now it's trying to go lower twice. Try to get it on a limit or a stop. That one's there. Even maybe have a trend line there. Okay, so now we're seeing how that's going to play out. That's not an entry, just the first entry to the high. The failed second entry was right there. Yeah, I think even on this entry, if you didn't enter on a limit, I usually enter on limit orders, but if you didn't and you entered on a stop, it hasn't triggered yet. So you're still in this potentially. So we're gonna let that ride. And that's a reversal bar. I think another thing, we just need a breakout and a pullback. So we'll have to see what goes on. It's a pretty strong move down. We need the reversal signal before we start going short. So far we're still getting the pullback, so that's coming back up there. It's too bad this bar wasn't a good signal bar. Could have gone long there. Break below. I'm not willing to go long with bars stacked up like that. So in the meantime, let's see how big this move is, and then bring it over here, and that could give us a target. So maybe a target up here. Okay, made the new high. This low is lower than this low, so there might be a failed second entry short coming up. Getting to our measured move. Pretty perfect. Measured move. Stacking up right here on this area by this bar. Looks like this is coming into play again, so let's extend this range. And we can do the same thing on the lows. Okay. This is the failed second entry long. Gonna have to skip it because we're far from the EMA at the highs of a range, potentially. It's just an inside trigger, 2 dojis for the signal. If anything, we want to try to get short somewhere up here. So, and we had the measured move already. So it's like 6 things why this one shouldn't take it. Creeps up, but now it's stacking up. And then you remember there's like a little mini congestion right there. So that's like a mini range. Then you're getting a pull back. See, it's kind of stacked up. Now for sure, I'm definitely out. I'm just chilling on the sideline. At this point, yeah, so we need like a breakout like this off these highs. Say first entry right there. And this is the second entry. It's a failed second entry. When this set up, you probably would have been here, and that candle broke out and then started to trade down. And once it got down here, you could have entered on a limit or stop like that. And your stop would have to go above this bar. And you probably have room to keep your stop above these bars too. But yeah, at least there. At the highs, you've already had the breakout. It's a pretty good trade. And then you get a pullback there that you can enter. We're coming back into the range. And since this was kind of congestive, no micro trend there, but when it breaks out, pulls back and turns back around, we can start to use that as a trend. Might have to adjust the lower side, but for now we'll just go to the low that we have. So if you're in there, you might have already got the scalp out. If you still have your runner up, then maybe size down on this trade, or you can just take a normal lot, keep your stop kind of tight, but you might want to double up right there. Pull back. This one's off the trend line, but it's not really an entry anymore, and you're maybe not all the way out on the scalp yet in your runners. So we're gonna let that work. It's kind of the breakout, move low. I think, especially earlier when I said, hey, with micro trends, we don't worry about a breakout and a move lower. That particularly applies when prices have stayed in a trend all the way to the other side. I think when prices are in a trend and they break out, on that first kind of halfway point, like if I had a midline, they break out somewhere around the midline, there's still a chance then that they're going to come back, retest the midline, and then continue, kind of like what it did over here. Kind of moved past the midline, failed a little bit, and then got a leg. Oh, and that's a second entry short, but the signal bar isn't good, so probably wouldn't have entered there. But you might be in still with the runners from these trades, and that's nothing either. And at that point, you get the breakout, move to a low. That one pushes. So you're just waiting. You get some stuff right there. It's probably a little too aggressive though. It would have worked. You get a higher low there, but Instead of taking that trade, let's just make that a trend. It's like right in the middle. I'm not ready to go long there. It would have worked though. And there's a short right there. First entry, second entry short, red bar at the trend line. We're a little bit away from the EMA. We made it to this other side without that breakout, so like we're not as concerned about it. So when you saw that break below, you can go short there. That one's working down, that one does well. Wow, that's big. Dang, that would have been you know, you never know it's going to do this, but you know, every now and then you have your runner just waiting a tick above this line. Today would have been the day that you could have easily caught that one. I didn't get to trade today because of I had some technical things going on with my connection, so I was not able to do this market live. It's a lot different when you know, because I saw it, most days I see it live, so I'm able to kind of get a feel for how it was. Today I'm kind of completely just eyeballing it. I do a review before these charts, so I do know a little bit what's coming, but it's always kind of hard to remember like exactly how things played out. It's a big move. If you didn't get in up there so far, I actually don't see somewhere to get short because we're past this range area. So if you're in here, wow, congrats. But let's see if there's a long coming up soon. We're getting so far away from the CMA. That's a big bar, but it's just a first entry. You know, it's you can be really aggressive and buy there, but we're not going to do that yet. Yeah, that one doesn't work. Keeps going. Inside bar, so let's wait. First break below. Okay, you got to break above there, but this bar is your signal bar, and that's not that good. Before we make a micro trend, we need to get above this EMA or break this high or have a reversal pattern. Breaks below, so if we're going to get it, it's going to be the reversal. That's the reversal pattern we want. You can go long right there. Now you just set that up like that. Boom. So long right there. Pulls back. There's no entry there. Pulls back. No entry. But if you're in this, depending on how you do your runner, I guess your runner would just be a touch on this side. So it's finally getting that touch. You might be getting out up here. That's a nice trade. It keeps pushing through. That kind of pushes through a little strong. Let's see how it holds. Get pulled back. Unfortunately, this trigger bar is too big. It's just the first entry also to the top. So we're going to be cool and wait. Stack up, pull back. Some more pulling back. You know, right there you got a congestion area. And it's not really a good signal bar. Second entry long off the EMA. It broke out here a little bit. depending on if you want to move this to the highs. It's kind of a breakout, so let's see if it does test. There's no long here though. See the reversal. And then now it's stacking up, so let's be careful not to get caught up going long and short in there. Put something like that there. Get a big breakout lower. Big bar. Some news had to have come out. That's the higher low, not a good signal bar. That's the failed second entry short with a good signal bar. And even off these lows, you can start to do that. So you can go long right there as well. Once it broke above this red bar, put a stop, limit order. Okay. Yeah, it climbs right up that channel. That's really nice. Low breakout there. Oh, I missed that. I was going a little too fast. There's a little second entry right there. It's a little bit high. It's floating, not that far from the highs, which are double top. So there's an instance where maybe you won't take that, but I think if you would have seen that, got in on the limit, that'd be a nice trade. Pull back. So kind of got a breakout, move to a new high. We'll see what happens from here. But that's basically 12.20 anyway, so this would have been your last trade, this little segment. But it pushes up higher. So that was the day. It was kind of, it's really slow in between entries. But there were a couple really, really good ones. Even this one was really good too. So hopefully, you know, real time, we can start to see that even better, especially holding on to the runners. Holding on to the runners when you're in and it backs up and pulls up, backs up, pulls up. Really just gotta control the chasing stop or the trailing stop, you know, one tick behind the swings. You don't end up getting out until up here at least, but could have figured it out in there. All right, that's all I got. Today was great, but we gotta go. Comment, DM, email, let me know. We out of here.